This firearm is my favorite fixed mag firearm out of my entire collection. This is a VZ58 compact. This is a pistol. This is chambered in 7.62x39 with a 7.5-inch barrel. And for the suppressor, I have a Dead Air Wolverine with a pistol brace on the back. I'm going to explain to you exactly why I would say this particular firearm is my favorite fixed mag option compared to my others. So if you're in the market for a fixed mag option, in my honest opinion, I would say go with the VZ58. The way that these firearms are designed, these ultimately will not malfunction. The only time that I've experienced a malfunction is when I tried to use subsonic ammunition with this firearm. But I've ran through at least 600 to 700 rounds in this gun since I've had it, and I've never experienced a malfunction outside of those subsonic rounds. And like I said, the way that this firearm is designed, it's designed in a way that it really shouldn't experience any malfunctions during shooting. You know, you can, especially even if you do experience a malfunction, you can get to the guts of the firearm right there. So whatever's going on in here, it's easy to clear. You don't have to necessarily take the gun apart in order to get to whatever problem you're trying to get to. I'll just show you an example of how the firearm works. So when you're shooting it, this bolt is slamming backwards like this. And those rounds are flying out just like that. So realistically, you're not going to really experience any real malfunctions with this. If I had to utilize this firearm for self-defense, I'm definitely grabbing this over those other fixed mag options just because I don't find those reliable. Here's my other fixed mag option. This is a SIG Rattler chambered in 300 blackout with a comp mag for the fixed mag solution. If you notice, when I press the mag release, you cannot remove this magazine. You would have to disassemble the entire firearm and use special tooling in order to get this magazine out. What I do not like about this particular firearm, well, not really the firearm itself, but this magazine setup. What I don't like about this magazine is I don't like the fact that in my experience with shooting it, what I've noticed is that if you do not load the rounds in here correctly, the round, I'm going to flip it on the other side, there's a little window right here. You pull that tab all the way to the bottom, and if you notice right here, there's this window that you can load the rounds through. Occasionally, what I've noticed is that sometimes if you don't load it correctly, that round can turn inside of the magazine. The only way you might be able to get that out is you would have to literally disassemble the entire firearm just so that you can get to the actual magazine part, and then you can kind of, you know, fix that issue and diagnose it from there. It's not a bad firearm setup. It is a good way to get around some of these really strict gun laws, but it's not the most reliable. And to be honest, I would absolutely not trust this fixed mag setup to save my life. Of course, unless it's the only firearm that you have, sure, but honestly, I would say go with something else. For my people in Connecticut, you might want to go with the ranch rifle. I don't really like them, but I would say they're far more reliable than using a comp mag. I'm going to show you my other setup as well. Here we have the M70 chambered in 7.62x39. This has the exact same setup as my SIG Rattler with the comp mag for that fixed mag solution. I will say I have had the same experiences with this that I've had with the SIG Rattler as far as malfunctions and having to clear those malfunctions. Anytime you get a malfunction with this, you have to open up the action, you know, remove the dust cover, take out the recoil spring, and get to the guts of the firearm. Then you can remove that malfunction. I will say I have had a bit more reliability with the AK options than I've had with the AR-15 options. Again, I would not use this to defend my life with. This is simply a range toy. Honestly, I just wanted something really cool. The only way I was able to get this particular gun was by using this fixed mag setup. But I definitely would not use this to defend my life with, just because I don't think these are reliable enough to do that. I also have the rifle version of the VZ58. Same exact firearm, same exact process. The only difference is this is just the bigger brother of the smaller one. They also make a 12-inch barrel version too, if you guys are interested in that.